A dealer contacted me this past week with a question. Is it okay to include F&I products in payment quotes, otherwise known as pencils? The short answer is only if you are very, very careful. Done with care, it isn't illegal, but goofing up the disclosures can get you into hot water. Let's talk about why. Before I get into the specifics of quoting payments, let's revisit the concept of packing payments. To use the definition adopted by the National Association of Attorneys General, or NAG, payment packing is the deceptive practice of misrepresenting monthly payments to consumers during auto sales and lease negotiations in order to facilitate the sale of automobile-related products and services. In other words, if you present an artificially high payment quote to a consumer, you are at the very least indicating the possibility of payment packing. And payment packing is universally understood to be a deceptive trade practice. So, when you quote payments, that quote must be based on the amount financed, a realistic term, and a representative APR. If the net amount financed is affected by trade equity, rebates, or cash down, those assumptions should be clearly and conspicuously stated on the pencil document. Building on this concept of clear and conspicuous disclosure of the net amount financed, if you include voluntary protection products in the quote, those details need to be clearly and conspicuously disclosed too. If you want to present a quote with, say, prepaid maintenance included, I would clearly and conspicuously display the name of the product and its cost on the pencil, and get the customer's signature near that disclosure. Remember, what goes into the net amount financed must be clearly and conspicuously disclosed on the pencil document. I really don't like seeing GAAP included in a first pencil unless the customer absolutely insists. Why? Because at that point in negotiations, you don't know if the customer intends to pay cash or put enough money down that GAAP would be inappropriate. Also, the Military Lending Act could come into play, especially in California. Injecting a potentially irrelevant product early in the process is never a good look. Bottom line, starting with a vehicle-only first pencil is easier to defend than a payment quote including product. And if you do include product in the first pencil, you've got to make the product and its cost crystal clear and state that the product is optional. Get signatures or initials adjacent to the disclosures. And be sure the quote does not overstate the impact of the product's cost on monthly payment. That's a great way to get sued. A few parting thoughts. 1. If you include product in your pencils, be sure to include the same products at the same price to every customer, at least in the first pencil. If you don't, claims of discrimination could come into play. 2. Products are optional. If a customer says he doesn't want the service contract, take it out of the quote. And 3, because of the serious consequences of improperly disclosing products in your payment quotes, get your deals audited on a regular basis by an independent third-party auditor. And finally, don't be tempted to create a vehicle-only pencil after you've reached agreement on price. Those documents are date and time stamped, and auditors check. For Drop the Bow Tie, I'm Jim Ganther. Thanks for watching.